Is there anything? Do you see where the smoke is? Yes. Movement over there. Let's keep going. Show me who's leading me. We are undercover, right here. Straight ahead? Yeah. You cannot go left or right here, it's a big responsibility. Responsibility for infantry. For the infantry of a company, platoon, battalion, brigade. They have high hopes for you. You have responsibility for the pull and safety of those people who are on the front lines. This work is fraught with danger, and all the skills are contained in 3 points. It's your education, what you know. The second is your ingenuity, invention. And finally, your strength of spirit, as we say, balls. The profession found me, and I found something I enjoyed doing. Basically, it's mine. I come from a family of miners. That's why explosive work has been with us since childhood. Like in the yard, because I'm from Ugledar. Families of miners live there. So, we know what it's like to blow up, reassemble something. I had the skills and they came in handy. The very first step into a minefield is already a danger. There is no task that is special. You work under fire, in the noise. During the fighting in our area, I think other sappers will agree with me. The first thing you do is completely disconnect yourself from the war going on around you. Because artillery is looking for artillery, recon is looking for recon, drones are flying and prioritizing targets. And the fact that there are bombs flying around you, maybe they fall next to you, 50 meters away, 30 meters away, sometimes even closer, but they are not aimed at you. These can be planned targets or something else, or they may even be aimed at you. You shouldn't be twitchy, because your distraction to an external stimulus of the war that is going on around you takes your attention away from where you might be stepping, where you can pass. It distracts you from the goal you are going for. Everything that is prohibited by conventions, Russia uses all. The enemy is cunning. You cannot underestimate them. I can give you an example. We had a job. The task was to take our positions after the enemy was there. When we entered and cleared the front edge, the whole front edge, the grey area, was filled with mines, with APMs. Their trenches were M3 mines. They were disguised under a log. I found 2 of them. They were installed in the hope that during the assault the stormtroopers would move something in the trenches. If they moved any obstacle on their way, the mines would definitely explode. We foresaw this. We coordinated with the stormtroopers. Sappers also worked with them. We avoided any explosions. Already after occupying the positions, when we were cleaning enemy mine explosive barriers, we detected mines and successfully destroyed them. All our minefields are dug up by mortar shelling. They are dug up by drops from drones and all sorts of handmade things that anybody drops. It's not clear what kind of units they have there, and everything is flying from all directions, everything is being plowed up. And you know, when there is a minefield, if something hits it, it doesn't necessarily detonates immediately. It can be buried even further, hiding under the sand. And after hits, the sand becomes fine dispersed, like dust. There are burned branches. It all falls down, hides, so it forms some kind of natural barrage of branches and trees, grass and sand, and you won't detect anything. Any combat mission performed by a sapper unit, of course, is not performed independently. At the beginning, the brigade works very hard, the battalion works very hard, a lot depends on it. In general, we work by interacting with the right and left flanks, taking into account the time we need to take back our drones that are watching, so that we don't catch them with electronic warfare. Ensure that electronic warfare turns on in time. Rifle cover groups are deployed as reconnaissance group. They are guys with iron balls. They came out and stand with us, and they cover us if we are spotted, in case of any aggressive actions of the enemy against us. Snipers also play an important role. They are at the distance on their spots, and they also cover us. We have nothing to worry about when we have a good team. When everyone has each other's backs, everything is in order. Then everything happens smoothly. This is your spot. The enemy is over there. Do you see the tallest tree, the first? And the rubble, kind of broken. This is it, roughly. The snipers are watching, but you just look anyway. Cannon, fire.
Subscribe to our channel, so you don't miss interesting reports from the front line.
My character has often pushed me to do things that were irreparable. Many of my fellows know that I work alone. I don't lead a group, I rarely take someone with me. For studying, for training, and if I take them one at a time. Usually I walk through the forest alone, perform combat mission by myself. And when I want to tickle my nerves, although I teach all my people and say that you can't be on a first-name basis with the mine. At any moment it could. It's not your friend. It will always let you down. It will always be unstable. And it can end up badly. There were moments like that when you try to demine something that is not demined at all. But I demined it. It's going well, it's normal. But you always catch yourself doing it. Even now, I still have a few mines left. I still struggle with them. They are mine, they are in the woods, and they are waiting for me for a month probably. I'm thinking about how to solve it. Everything that happens around you, you try to... You hear it, you live in the atmosphere around you. You hear shots, you hear hits, and you have a rough idea what's working. Does it shoot at you, or does it shoot past you? You can hear whose war this is. This is a war of artillery, not artillery. Maybe it's just someone looking for someone. And it's easier comparing when you go in a group. The group is tense, you're wondering who is where, who went where, who stepped on what. And the group is easier to detect when moving in the forest. Not only in the woods, but also on some paths. It's easier to hide alone. You cannot be seen, and you can hear better without noise. Because someone is asking, someone is mumbling, we are all human, someone is always joking. And when you are alone, you go out and do your job, and you do it well. I'm used to working alone. Reporters wanted to film the first days of the war. They were more looking for hotspots, where there was destruction, evacuation of people from Irpin, Bucha, and they went without noticing, on a roll I think. They went too far into Irpin, and they couldn't get out anymore, because the enemy had already entered and held some districts. Reporters couldn't get out, and we were contacted by our friends, they are also military. They asked for a group that could go in and pull reporters out. I was in this group, there were only 2 of us, a sniper and me. I was in reconnaissance. They gave us a route. There were already air raids and mortars. There were no drone drops, but there were tripwires, simple ones. I encountered them during the evacuation. By the way, it was successful. I think we pulled out a dozen reporters that day. They were from France, from Germany. That was for the first time I encountered mine clearance on my pass. And for my fellow, with whom we went on combat missions as well. Then we went to Chernihiv, where we were already chasing the enemy, Saltiv, Kharkiv, everywhere, and it came in handy everywhere. Finally, I got trained as a sapper and transferred. I'm good at it, I like it, and nobody complains. I have a good back, my wife. I have children. The beads are from my wife. And this is from my daughter. She made it. She said, "You have this from mom, but not from me." I said, "Then make something for me." My daughter is into beads. She quickly put it on a needle and gave me the symbols of our flag. So now it's with me. My girls both are here. We are all from the Donetsk region. My wife is also from Vuhledar. This is the east. This is our land. It's all important to her, and she helps in every possible way. She and her volunteers help. And they support the guys here. They help. She's doing her own thing. They are volunteers, I don't interfere. Ukraine is our land, our country. It comes first. My wife knows about it. First, we need to free our land, rebuild everything, then family and everything else. That's why my family has the attitude that Ukraine comes first and then everything else. Of course, I would like our people to remain friendly, to suspect each other less, and to trust only our people, but not foolish enemy agitation or provocations, so that people don't fall for it. Learn how to distinguish between truth and lies. There is only truth. This is our Ukraine. We are here for it, for its sake, and it doesn't matter where people are, in the rear or at the front. The sapper must be attentive. He must be serious, a made guy, and if you aren't yet, you need to work on it. If you aren't serious in your work, not deep, not attentive to everything you do, then it can end badly. At best, it will teach you, and at worst, you won't make mistakes anymore. And also you need to have good willpower, you need physical strength, because we walk a lot. Not always in good environment, so good health, strong balls and attentiveness, these are a must. Join Bureviy Brigade, and you will definitely be the pride of your ancestors. This is the road where we just crossed. Have you seen the road there? Yeah, we are currently mining it, but it's not wide. We have brought 60 Ms. That's it, take it. You take it, I'll take it. Danya, unload. You're the cover with reconnaissance. Give it to me. I'm off. Roger. Do you know where to go to that road? Yes. Cover him, you see where he's going. Give it to me. Throw it here. The last man will set off. Regarding our sector, all access roads for armored vehicles are mined. Well done, Roger. Now, let's work on the anti-personnel. The anti-personnel are set.